Okay, so today's video, it's not really a vlog, it's almost like a little essay, but I'm basically listing down my 2024 vision board rejects. I'm a very ritualistic type of person. That means I also believe in like karma, the evil eye, etc. Therefore, I would never give my vision boards and things that I want to accomplish and achieve for the next year, or anytime I'm actually making a vision board, I don't like to share information or my plans. I'm very much show your results and not your grind, your hard work kind of person. There's a lot of evil energy, bad energy in the world these days, and I would really prefer my own space to be light, even though that's a fucking battle. So we're gonna start off with some rejects. My first thing that I'm rejecting, rebuking, turn away the evil eye. The first thing that's not gonna be in my vision board on purpose is overthinking and over planning. I have struggled with this for a very long time. I think of myself as very much a procrastinator. I feel like I procrastinate in my work a lot and the things that I love because I don't like to make mistakes. And in the past, I've really not liked letting people see me fail or see me try and not get it on the first few tries or the first session, whatever I was doing. I had to let go of that. Being an artist, being someone who likes to dance and sing, you're not going to be perfect all the time, especially when you're practicing or trying something for the first time. But also in my content and the things that I want to put out there, I felt like it's been a very big lesson from the universe to let go of perfection, but also let go of this idea of conceiving something in my head because I am naturally an overthinker. I really just had to let go of the planning and keeping it all in my head phase and like almost like doing every single thing from A to Z in my head. Just getting it out of my head and putting it into practice, into action has always been a very big problem for me, and I'm gonna change that shit. I'm done doing the shit that I'm meant to reach in this world. I'm a fucking Nick boy. Come on. The second thing on my vision board rejects is other people, opinions, and perceptions. We all deal with this. Other people's thoughts of you and the things that you do, especially when you're doing the things that you actually love and are passionate about and want to get good at no matter what. Your mind just has this thing about playing you and like making every single person's opinion and perception so much louder to the point where you want to curl up in a corner and die. This is something that I have to let go. For my own sanity as a person, I have to let go. I've looked back on so many opportunities and things that I've passed up just because other people were involved, whether it was to do something with someone else, to do something in public and have people coincidentally see you. I've backed out and not done things that I really wanted to do, and I've hated myself more than the people in those moments. And to be fair, this is a valid concern and something majority of people will go through because other people are not that nice, or just good people in general. Other people will make you doing whatever you want to do, not disturbing anyone, seem like the biggest no in the world. And I've never really gotten that. That's kind of shit. Then people are kind of shit if we're really talking about it. But like, it's life. There's nothing you can do about it. They're gonna talk anyway, so might as well give them something good to talk about, even if they're gonna trash it. I've learned a lesson, which is if you live your life in peace by yourself, doing the things that you love, and other people have negative things to say about it, that means you're living your life right because they ain't got no business saying shit about you living your life. You're winning. Now, the third reject on my list is gonna be kind of a cop out to myself. Sleeping while reading. I don't know what's up with me. I do not like to sleep during the daytime. I cannot take naps during the daytime, even if I'm tired. The only time I can actually go to sleep during the day is if I'm sick, to the point where I am knocked out on meds, and that's like the only scenario where I will voluntarily, it's not even voluntarily, but that's the only scenario when I can actually just get knocked out and sleep. I've never been a nap person, and I love road trips, and I don't sleep on road trips. I take that chance to watch stuff and listen to music and live my little main character movie girl era, I don't take naps, but whenever I read a book, trust me, trust me, I will knock the fuck out. Even in school, like I loved English, but like every single time we would come to the time in the semester or the term where we would have to daily read a book, or majority of the week read a book, because we had to get it finished before we write an exam or book essay or something. I hated that period of time so fucking much because I would fall asleep in class and it was like 11 a.m. and I hadn't even had lunch yet. That's a habit I'm gonna stop. I actually started this last year. I'm kind of proud of myself, but I took baby steps, okay? So I started reading this new book called The Artist Way. I was really stuck last year and I really didn't want to be stuck last year. So I read this book called The Artist Way. It really changed me. First of all, it's a book that you have to read daily or like weekly. They're like weekly chapters for like a 12-week period, I think, and there's specific tasks that you have to do. There's specific readings that you have to do. So it worked on a schedule type of thing, and I'm good with schedules. So luckily, and I didn't even know this going in, but luckily it was this book. I read it, I did all the tasks, the morning pages, every single thing in the book, and that was basically the first book I ever finished voluntarily, not for a grade or an exam or high school. I was like, scholar? And I actually have liked reading the moments where I've tried to read a book, even though I never got past like chapter 5, tops. I have a visual memory, so I love when I read something, the way that I picture it in my head is so good. And then when I watch the movie adaptation, when I quit the book, it's kind of like mid. So that's one of the main reasons I'm gonna get into reading and not falling asleep while reading. The next thing on my list is sleeping on me. Sleeping on myself, my vibe, my fashion, my self-worth. I'm not gonna do that shit no more. I grew up not really having a lot of confidence. I was very shy, going into high school as well. But through the last half of high school, that was probably the best schooling years of my life, because I had friends that I actually liked being around. I was comfortable around them, but I also started to be more comfortable around myself when I started letting people in. And seeing my growth since then, I just had a massive confidence boost. I mean, my baby face still being in its prime kind of helped, but you know what I mean. It worked out pretty well. I went on a self-love journey. Now I'm basically just obsessed with myself. And I honestly don't get why anyone else wouldn't be, you know? Have you seen my Instagram? Have you seen my TikToks? I'm pretty fire. The second last one is impatience. I'm a very impatient bitch, okay? We live in a fast-paced world. I'm naturally a fast-paced person. I'm a quick learner. What do you expect? I just want things to happen whenever I want it to happen, and that's not a good trait. That's being a control freak, and that could lead me down through a very dangerous path, okay? Bitches ain't got nothing from being impatient. So when it comes to just like being unfulfilled with something, like seeing something a certain way in my head before actually working towards it, and then the result is not as great or satisfying as I thought it would be when I was just dreaming about it or daydreaming or planning it or in the process of getting to it, being unfulfilled. That is one of the side effects of being too impatient. You could want something so much that you rush through what you're actually supposed to enjoy as a human being, as a fucking soul, if you want to put it like that, which is the process of getting there. Sometimes it's not always the final result that you have to get to be happy or full or have a full circle moment. Sometimes it's the process. Sometimes it's having the idea. Life is a very fucking fragile and fast-paced and complicated ass thing, and we're all stupid for trying to understand it, okay? And by that I mean trying to understand it fully and have it solved and brag to everyone or become famous for it. I feel like wanting to know the meaning of life or like little parts of the meaning of life is never harmless. I'm trying to do that myself, okay? But wanting everything and wanting to know everything all the time has never gotten anyone any type of fulfillment. If anything, it leaves you more lonely, it leaves you more soulless, it leaves you just more unfulfilled, you know, and that ties back into impatience. Shut up. Crickets, literally. You know how I talked about me being ritualistic earlier in this video? That's the last thing on this list. Rituals is something that I feel like I need to leave out. That's gonna be hard. I have OCD tendencies and I am a very structural person in life. I've called myself out on many occasions on needing or seeking control through external things in moments in my life when I couldn't have or was too impatient or too broken to have inner peace or like relief or just it is what it is energy in my life. I've developed a habit of just like having rituals, having a nighttime routine, having something that I do every single night. If I don't do this thing a specific way every single day for the rest of my life, something is gonna go shit the next day or the next moment. That's how I've been a few years ago, and it's starting to creep back in lately. And I don't want to go back to the point that I was at because, damn, that shit is sad. If you were there, trust me, you would think it was sad too. Yeah, that's kind of the last thing that I'm leaving out. I feel like putting your life on a plan when the whole point of life is to never not trust that everything is gonna happen exactly the way you wanted in the moment that you want it to happen. It's kind of like a broken record type of system. You know, you're gonna keep on trying to get something on track when maybe the whole point of it not going on track is because it's not supposed to. It's not supposed to be. It's supposed to be this way, not the way that you idealize it or think it's supposed to be for you to get to where you want to be. I am done fighting with the universe, okay? I am done. I just want to live my life in peace. I want to exist the way that I want to for the things that I want to. I want to achieve every single thing that I want for my life, especially this year. I'm gonna be a fucking it boy. And you know what about it boys? One that exists now is not like the other and will never be like the next, but they're impactful. They break the system. They break through the patterns that other people live by, and they do whatever the fuck they want because they're passionate about it, and that's pretty fucking iconic. So yeah, that's the video. That's the video that I wanted to make today. That's every single thing on my 2024 vision board rejects list. It's not even getting a board. It doesn't even need that attention. Also, Ariana's releasing an album in March. Just had to put that in there, okay? I'm gonna be listening to that album and making it my whole entire personality for a good year, so I just had to put it out there. Well, bye. Subscribe, like, comment. Be a good person and do all that shit for me.